South Africa's gold output fell by 4.5% in volume terms in November, while total mineral production fell by 4.6% compared with the same month last year. Data from Stats South Africa also showed that production of non-gold minerals was down 4.6%. And joining us in studio to discuss the numbers further, Kobus Nel, mining analyst at Stanlib. Thank you so much, Kobus, for joining us. Great to have you on the program. Dismal numbers is what we're seeing, non-gold fronts and also from the gold and platinum sector. Really disappointing the market. A bit of positivity within the iron ore sector, but not enough to push us into positive territory.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's sort of data that you got to read with a bit of skepticism, I would argue. You know, the data in the past used to be or can be fairly lumpy and volatile. But I guess more importantly is the trends we're picking up here. And definitely on the gold side, we are seeing a decline in output from the mines. And you know, those are mainly coming from a decline in the actual net yield or the grade that they're actually getting out of the ore, which, you know, on the one hand, one can say maybe they're enjoying a very strong gold price at the moment, but on the other hand, you know, their profitability will be under pressure if they cannot resolve that issue.
So do you think it's a yield problem? Because some would also argue it's a combination of also strikes and the fact that we see stoppages due to deaths and fatalities. Is it a combination of all these factors?
Yeah, but mainly yield. You know, I would argue, you know, I mean, it's no secret that South African mines are going deeper. It requires more electricity. You know, higher labour cost because of the people got to travel further to the faces underground. You know, and all these other things can contribute, but mainly, you know, they've always said yield is king, and if you can't get your grade out of the ground, your production will be under pressure.
With regards to South Africa missing the previous commodity cycle, the bull run that we saw, and now it seems that we're in danger of missing it out once again, given the fact that our mining numbers are just so dismal. Is there a concern on your end that we face the same fate once again? Yeah,
look, I mean, it's no secret. You know, the infrastructure is probably not at a point where we would like it to be, but that obviously affects more the iron ore and the coal exports. I would argue there is plans on the table that they're going to expand some of the rail lines now that we could see volume increasing in the years to come. But I guess arguably, you know, on the precious side, platinum and gold almost makes up a little bit less than half of our total sales, so it's still a very big component. And at the moment on the platinum side, you know, they've been hampered with all the Section 54 stoppages that we've seen, routine stoppages. I think the trend is still on the down. We may see poorer number actually coming out of the platinum names in December, maybe in January as well, as the pressure from the DMR intensifies.
And now, how's this going to affect platinum prices going forward? Because we've got the platinum price still trading at a discount to gold. We know, you know, large amounts of platinum comes from South Africa. Is this going to affect the overall global market?
I would argue at the moment the market is in a surplus. Estimates are that it will be in a surplus this year between 200 and 400,000 ounces. Now that's quite a lot. And you know, with the sort of the weaker demand outlook from Europe in terms of platinum specifically being their biggest, obviously, market, you know, the price may move, but not as not as severe as we've seen sort of prior to 2008, when we had also electricity scares, etc., etc.
With regards to gold, and you're talking about us going deeper, and of course the yield not being what it used to be 30 years ago perhaps, do you think that it is a dying trend here in South Africa? Do we need to face up to the reality that gold production is not going to be where it was? I think we've fallen to around 5th on a global level with regards to gold production.
Yeah, look, we're definitely on the back foot, and I would tend to agree with you. You know, I think it's a structural problem. You know, the companies are doing their best. They're trying to make plans where they can optimize production, where they can cut costs, but ultimately, you know, it's a structural problem, and I can't see it getting any better.
Do you think we can optimize production on the platinum front? You're talking about some of the stoppages and the routine maintenance that needs to occur. You're also speaking of iron ore. We know there's a lot of iron ore mills set to come on stream as well. Can we expect a better mining production number going into 2012?
Yeah, from the platinum perspective at the moment, we're not really seeing the capital being spent from some of the companies that will actually, you know, I guess, prepare a platform that will allow that kind of growth. That's worrying. And normally, you know, we've seen now with Impala, a greenfield mine takes about 10 years since the day that it's approved till the day that you get the first ounce of. So it's not something you can quickly switch on and off. And even on that front, you know, there's not a lot of hope on major growth on the platinum side. On the iron ore side is, you know, with as I mentioned, the additional rail capacity that's got to come in, and we are seeing increased efforts to actually increase the amount of output that we can deliver. That can surprise on the upside. We can get a positive response from that, but at the moment, you know, the platinum, from a platinum perspective, it's not looking great.
Kobus, when can we expect the mining production number to be in positive territory? Do you think it's going to happen anytime soon? I mean, we're contracting by around 4.6%.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a problem when gold, which is also one of your biggest components in that category, is you know, as we said, is in a structural decline. And then, you know, again, you know, platinum on the other hand, it's also getting deeper. It's more difficult to get it out. It's not something where you can just go in and push up production, you know, tomorrow. So, you know, let's hope it may, you know, it comes from the bulk side, the coal and the iron ore in the years to come, and that pressure side can actually just play a supportive role, I would argue, at best.